First of all, thank you, Hugo and Samir, for the great presentation. So now that Sitecore is depreciating the Azure PaaS search, so I think this will be the way to go. And we are now recommending our clients to migrate to the search stacks, and this was very helpful. Thank you. So I'm Subbu. I'm working as a Director of Solution Architecture and Delivery at Altudo. I'm working from Halifax in Canada. I'm living in the Atlantic coast, which is towards the east of the Canada. And I've been working with Sitecore since 2011, and I'm a design thinking enthusiast. So I used to follow the design thinking elements, like whenever I try to address any of the client's digital challenges, like I used to follow the design thinking principles. And I do write blogs, and my blogs are available in subbu.ca/blogs. And I've got few modules out in GitHub, and also I've got the Docker images available in this URL. So a couple of those modules, one of them was related to the Sitecore Edit Assistant. It's a Sitecore Chrome extension, which would help us to navigate between CM and CD seamlessly. And the other one is about the Sitecore maintenance notification. We can introduce a maintenance notification at the top of the Sitecore. So whenever there is a release happening, so that is based on the service workers. You can review them. And I'm available in Twitter and Slack. So you can reach out to me if you have any questions around Azure or performance or DevOps. Sure. So this presentation is about the Sitecore Microsoft Teams integration. So the first version of this module was released last year, but that was not very flexible. So that was an initial version of it. And this year, I got time to work on it. I was able to get the second version out, which has more flexible options. I've tried to cover all the feedbacks that I've received based on the first version. And here are two sample messages which you can see. The first one is the workflow message, the content authors will be able to approve or reject from the teams. And the second one is the publish, where we are trying to cover the Pagespeed insights, we are giving the insights about the performance, SEO, accessibility, and best practices, which is based on the Google Pagespeed Insights API. And we also have the ability for the content author to request indexing, if there is any critical content that was changed, then we need to have the flexibility for the content author to change, get that indexed in Google immediately. So those features are available here in this version. So the problem statement is that we are now migrating to the remote working era. So which introduces a lot of delays in the workflows and content deliveries, because people have to communicate, or if they fail to communicate, then it will be waiting for the awaiting approval state, and there will be a lot of inevitable delays there. And we also know that there will be more communication issues. There are chances that the transparency might be lagging, when we are working remotely. So these are the problem statements which I have tried to address here. And the content quality is also important. The SEO accessibility are major challenges. If the accessibility is not maintained, there are chances that the client might be sued. So there needs to be a continuous monitoring set up for every page. Whenever a content is being published, there needs to be a continuous monitoring. So we are ensuring that in this module. And the work efficiency and collaboration, obviously it would get decreased when people are working remotely, and the traceability is also a concern. So we have tried to address this by automating the communication and collaboration. So what we are doing is we are trying to automate the workflow and publish actions using the Microsoft Teams. So the notifications will get delivered to the Teams web or mobile or desktop apps. And it will also include the appropriate actions, if the content author needs to approve or reject for any workflow, he will see the those actions there. And also we do have the actions for editing the content. And this also includes insights about the page or content performance, which we have just discussed. And the module also ensures the installation is easy and the configuration is flexible. And this should also be extendable for the project-specific needs, if we need to introduce a specific icon or a specific theme for the notification messages, or if we need to change any background images, the module has the flexibility to do that. And here is the summary of the features. The module this integration includes a Teams app. This is Sitecore Connect Plus. This is currently awaiting Microsoft's approval. I've tried to cover that in the demo by sideloading the module, but I'm hoping it will be published within a week's time. And this module also includes the SPE module. We can download from these two links, which will also be available in the Teams app. And the module also includes a Docker asset image. If we are trying to use the Docker or Kubernetes, this would be helpful. And the workflow notification includes the approve, reject, or edit actions. And the publish notifications will also include the view, edit, or index actions. This includes Google Pagespeed and Insights integration. We just need the API key. And getting the API key is very quick. If you have a Google account, we can get the Pagespeed Insights API key on a click of a button. And this module also includes the Horizon support, and we can also configure multiple Teams endpoints. There are when in an enterprise organization, there will be a lot of teams who will be working on Sitecore. Especially that might be a lot of sites and a lot of language versions. So multiple teams will be working on that. So this module introduces the flexibility to create multiple endpoints. And so if someone is interested in getting the notification only on a publish of a specific item, then he can also set up notification for that. And this is very much flexible. We can look at it in the demo session. And the look and feel is also customizable. Okay. So moving into the demo. Are you guys able to see the VM? The Lighthouse screen?
Yes. Yes, okay. We do see CD Lighthouse localhost. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So I've created a VM which has this Lighthouse demo setup, and also I have created a Teams. This is something I'm using a developer free subscription from Microsoft. It is an Office 365 subscription. It includes Teams and everything. So if you are a developer, we can get this for free from Microsoft. It's a 90-day renewable thing. So I've got that, and this is the module which I was speaking about. So I have installed this app. I've sideloaded this app directly into the Teams by clicking on this button. And so the first step we need to do is we need to click on this add to a team. But I've already done that. I've created a team and I've added that. So if we go in here, so I have created this Sitecore team and I've introduced a new channel, Lighthouse Lifestyle French team. And this is an empty team without any messages here. So right now, I'm trying to click on this connectors. So I'm clicking on here and I'm trying to search for Sitecore. And here it says sideloaded. So once this is published by the Microsoft, you will be able to see from your teams as well. So I'm clicking on configure button. So we need to copy this specific webhook URL which we are seeing. And so after copying this, we need to ensure that one of the below two Sitecore packages are installed in our Sitecore instance. So the reason for these two packages are Sitecore has changed the way the jobs are running between these 9.1 and 9.2 versions. So I had to create two separate packages. And we are using this jobs specifically for the publish because this specific Pagespeed integrations API, which we have got, that would take at least 30 seconds to 1 minute for responding. So we don't want the content author to be waiting for that notification to happen. So we need to do that asynchronously. So I'm using the Sitecore jobs for that. And that was actually changed between Sitecore 9.1 and 9.2. So I had to create two different modules. And here is the Docker asset image. This would take to the Docker Hub. And it includes the CM and MS SQL Docker file. We need to edit the Docker CM and MS SQL Docker files to include this module, and we'll be able to see that up and running in our Docker. And the next thing is we need to navigate to the Sitecore Launchpad. So if I go to the Sitecore Launchpad, after installing this Sitecore PowerShell module, we will have this icon here, the Microsoft Teams integration. So I'm clicking here. So here, the first thing we need to do is we need to add the new Teams endpoint. So here I'm pasting the webhook URL, which I was copying here. So we could have automated this, like we could have enabled like launching the Sitecore directly from here. But in order to do that, like we need to save the data like somewhere in an external database. That's how the Microsoft Teams connectors work. But in order for privacy and like I was determined that I shouldn't store any data. So because of that, like we have like two separate steps here. So we are not storing any data anywhere. And you can also review the privacy policy for this module in the GitHub. So when I click on test, so here you will see this, the notification has failed. The reason being like we need to click on this save button after this. So I have like documented this here. So once we click on the save, we will be able to like see this connector setup here in this Teams channel. So if I click close button, I'll be able to like see this connection setup now. And now like if we come here and if we try to click on this test, it should be working. So we didn't see the notification coming. That's because like whenever we try to create a new channel, Microsoft sets this to custom. So I'm turning this to like all activity. Now, so we are focusing on the Lighthouse Lifestyle French team right now for the demo. So I'm creating this. And I'm switching to the workflow tab. And here I'm selecting these three commands. So here you can see all the workflows listed and all the commands as well. And I'm trying to like select only these commands because I'm not interested in the others for now. So I'm just selecting these ones. And for the publish, I'm looking to get notification when someone is editing any home item or its sub items or any of its referred items. Like if they are trying to like edit anything within the data which is connected to this home, I'm expecting a notification because I'm interested in the URLs like rather than the content. So I'm trying to like select this home. And here for the content language, like since this is a French team, I'm selecting French and I'm selecting the publishing target and I'm clicking on add. And I'm clicking on create now. Just 1 second. Yeah, I've kept this session to be very low, so that's why like it has timed out right now. Okay, so I'm selecting the just 1 second. I'm sorry. I didn't expect that it was working like a while ago. Let me open this from an incognito window.
I think you're a brave man. You're not afraid of the demo gods.
Yeah, that was a PowerShell error. So Okay, I think like something related to the cookies or something I messed up, I think. Sorry about that. So once we create this Teams endpoint, like you can see this notification coming in. And if someone wants to like change the notification or anything, like they can click on this link and they'll be able to like modify that. And I think I forgot to like select those publish. Okay, so I've got that one here. And these are fine. So in the appearance, like we can see this new look and classic look, like there are two options available. So we are seeing the new look to be selected right now. And so this is the new look. So this here you can see the old version of it, like which was available in the 1.0, like in case of for specific reason, like if we want to like use the other version, like we could use that. And the Teams background image is also configurable, like the Teams background image, like which we are seeing in here. This is configurable, like if you want to like introduce any project specific images, like we'll be able to do that. And there are a few limitations available in the Microsoft Teams, so I'm not able to like 100% configure this, but I've introduced like whatever is configurable. And the button colors are also configurable, and the button text is also configurable, like whichever we are seeing here. So these are configurable, and we'll be able to like match the project's branding guidelines. And there are a few more settings available, like the Google Pagespeed API key, the one which you are seeing here. So if we want a new API key, then we just need to like go in here and click on this get a key. And after logging into our Google account, we'll be able to grab those key here, and that will be available. And there are two strategies that the Pagespeed API supports. Like one is the mobile and the desktop. So I'm selecting desktop here, and the sitemap URL. So we can add the sitemap URL or the sitemap index URL. So if we have like a multi-site implementation, so there are chances that you might have already set up the sitemap index URL, like covering all the sitemaps for the different sites. If not, then it's recommended. So if we have this specific sitemap index URL setup, then the request indexing is very easy. Like we just need to like call the Google PageSpeed, the Google ping service, and we just need to pass this sitemap as a query string, and it will be able to index our site as soon as it can. So that is the algorithm that Google follows. Like if the site is getting updated only once in a month, then Google won't reach the site like every day. The automated Google crawling, like it won't reach the site every day. So Google will try to understand like how often the site is getting changed. And if it's getting changed only once in 2 weeks, then Google will try to like come back to the site only after 2 weeks. And if we want to like a critical content to like go live, then Google is recommending us to like call this ping service. So that is covered in this module already. And we can select this preferred editors. Like there are several editors available in Sitecore. So I've tried to like give the flexibility to the content author to select like which all editors they're using in the project. And we can, this Sitecore origin will be auto-populated based on the value. And if this is something wrong, then the content author can actually change. And this will be used in the notifications. And there is a limit which we are allowing the content authors to set for the PageSpeed Insights API call. There is a specific reason behind it, because like whenever we make a call to the Pagespeed Insights API, it is going to take about like 30 seconds to 1 minute. So let's say like if the content author is publishing like a menu item, then there are chances that all the pages are going to be affected. So we don't want to like call the Pagespeed Insights for all the pages for such a specific change. And that's why like we have limited this to 5. Like if there are more than 5 links modified, and these links are understood by the links manager, like whenever a publish happens, the link manager will be called by this module, and we'll understand like all the links that are modified. And if it's greater than 5, we are stopping the call to the PageSpeed Insights in order to like save the time. And also like that is not needed, because like if a menu item is modified, like we don't need to like call the Pagespeed Insights API because it's not a major change that the content author will be interested in, but this number is configurable. the content author can increase or decrease from here. Okay. So I'll go to the specific workflow example. So this is a PowerShell issue. Like I was thinking to create a ticket for this, like a PowerShell or a Sitecore issue. I'm not sure. So whenever the session is timed out, like I'm getting that error. But otherwise, whatever we have done is kind of saved. So I've set one of the items in the draft state so that I can use it for testing. So I'm clicking on this submit button. So the PowerShell task will try to post the message here. And here we can see the options for approving, rejecting, and also previewing. And also the person who is trying to approve, like he can also edit anything using the experience editor or the horizon editor. That will be tied to this specific item itself. So he don't need to log in and navigate to the specific item. So I'm trying to open this in horizon, just to show how this works. So here we can see that the user is taken directly to the registered fitness tracker page and the French language as well, and the appropriate site. So the user can also edit it in content editor. So now I'll try to approve this. Okay. So once this is approved, we'll see a message here that the changes are approved. And this also includes the view, again, the experience editor or the page editor, those links, so that once it is published, the administrator can actually go to the specific links to check how this actually works. And one thing to note here is I've tried to take this here, if you see, this cd.lighthouse.localhost is available only within our system, within this VM. So it's not available to public. So the PageSpeed Insights API can't reach this specific page. So I've tried to use this ngroup. This is a free application, and I've tried to host this to public. So this is the URL that you can see. This will be available to all the users, and now the content authors will be. The PageSpeed Insights API will be able to read the specific page because this is available public, and it can provide us the results around the performance, SEO, and all of those steps. So let me go to another. Let you try. So this in group, this has actually went into the sleep mode. So that's why we are not seeing those performance SEO, those results here. So I'm trying to refresh this again so that it will come back up, and then we'll be able to get those results. So it's up now. So let me try to change this back to draft state, or let me try to skip that and then what do I do this? Okay, so let me click on this approve again. So now we should be seeing the notification along with this, the performance SEO and all other Google Core Web Vitals. Yeah. So we can see the performance SEO accessibility and best practices. we are trying to like read the JSON, and we are trying to like grab only the scores, and that is getting filled in like behind these images. And this was not working before because the end group which I set up, like that went into a sleep mode. So this is a free version, so it's not like it will not be like active always. So it went into sleep mode, so that's why like we were not seeing that. So now it's working. So if I go again here to try to publish like an item which has like more sub items, I'm trying to publish this specific item now. So we should be seeing the item which was published and also the links which were getting updated upon this publish. And when we publish like more than one item, like it's hard to like show the values here. So that's why like I've tried to like keep something like this. So covering like all three links. So we should be getting that message in like within a couple of minutes. So as you can see here, the publish got ended and the job got triggered in the background so that the content author is not affected by whatever is happening in the page speed insights. Sure. Any questions so far while we're waiting for this? So here's the message.
Yeah, we do have a couple questions already. Jonathan Doan has asked, can we configure the template for the notification or hide a button in the template? For instance, hide the opening horizon because they don't have horizon.
Okay, sure. So for hiding the horizon, like those options are configurable here. So when we go to the integration PowerShell, so if we go to this settings here, so we can unselect the horizon page editor here. And upon click of save, like the content authors will not see the horizon option here.
Okay, and what about configuring the template?
Templates, yeah, sure. So this is a PowerShell module. So the module is available inside the PowerShell item. So if we go to the script library, so as you can see here, so these are the scripts like which are required for all of these notifications, and the message templates are available here. So the classic and new look templates are available here. So these are basically JSON files. So if I switch back to the English, I'll be able to view this. So if you see, this is okay. Let's take the test one. Yeah. So this is the format like which will be posted to the Microsoft Teams, and we are replacing like certain values before posting the message. And this background image, like which you're seeing here, like it is getting like replaced by this background. And if you actually go through the script, like it'll be easy to understand. And these actions are coming from the actions template. So I'm trying to like reuse that. So here, in this open URI action, like we can change any of the styling, or if we want to like add anything new, like we can change it here. And this is the template which is used for the background. And likewise, like we can change all the templates which are used for either the publish or workflow update, or here for publish, like we had two different options. Like one is the multi-link. When there are more links, like we are trying to like show those lighthouse results like stacked. So those are configurable from here. So the lighthouse core. So all of these HTMLs and the JSONs are configurable from here. Yeah. Hope
Okay.
that makes, yeah.
And could you please confirm if the warnings will happen? When are they gonna be triggered? Is that when we publish? Is that when we move in the workflow? How is that?
Oh, okay. So here uh, we have these commands. If we go to this edit option, like we'll be able to see the workflows. So all of these workflows are listed here and the commands. So what actually happens is like we are trying to like add a PowerShell task within this specific command. So whenever the command is executed, those associated notifications will be sent to Teams. So if you go to here, like we can see this send Teams notification. So we are appending the specific ID because there are chances that team will introduce like multiple Teams endpoints. So that's why like these IDs are getting appended. So here we can see these PowerShell tasks.
Okay, I think Jonathan was asking if the template, when we have the template modified, we need to publish that
No,
before we can. No.
we don't need to publish this because all of the PowerShell modules, like whatever is in the master database, that will be used. So once we click on save, like it'll be live.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So is this only covering for now workflow changes, Subbu, or do you have any plans for covering more in this notifications?
Yeah, I'm trying to like extend this for the DevOps and also like possibly the Sitecore forms and those type of things. And also trying to like extend this for the new Sitecore acquisitions like the Boxaware or like whichever is feasible. Like I'm going to explore like most of the things, but I'm trying to like keep this as an evolving module, like adding more features to it.
Nice, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Felipe Castillo who asked that, and I think he's also giving probably one idea of an application here, which is health check. Maybe the server is going out of memory or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I'm planning to do that in the near future. So hopefully, like I'm trying to like look at the logs and trying to like send the failures like which are seen in the logs, like those recurring exceptions, those type of things.
Yeah, you can have like digests, like mailed every day or every week with statistics. Yeah, that's a great idea, buddy. Congratulations for that. I'm not sure if anyone else has any questions. Please feel free to type. Thanks, Jonathan, and thanks, Felipe Castillo, for providing those questions. Jonathan is still typing. Thanks, Subbu. That's what he said.
Sure.
I think and I saw Eduardo raising hand. Eduardo Tonon. If you want, I can release the microphone. No? I think it was an accident. He's typing. Okay, he's typing. Okay, he's just clapping. No, thank you very much. This presentation will be available on YouTube soon. If anyone, I don't think anybody will have anything else.
I have one more slide to cover.
Oh, really? Okay, because you opened two questions. I guess I thought you were done already. Okay, please go ahead.
Sure. So these are certain important configurations which we need to make sure. So once this module is installed, we need to make sure to create the Pagespeed Insights API key. Otherwise, that functionality won't work. And the next one is about the sitemap index URL, which like we need to make sure the last modified timestamps are correct. Otherwise, the Google will try skipping those sitemaps or the sitemap links which we are providing. So we need to make sure the last modified timestamp is accurate. And the other thing which we need to make sure is the profile pictures. So since by default, Sitecore will have like 16 by 16 images. So if we go in here, so if we go to this user manager, so we'll be able to like, if I click on any user, so we'll be seeing 16 by 16 by default, but we can actually change it to like 48 by 48. And that would help us to like get a non-blurred image here in the notification. So when I click on OK, so one thing which I wanted to highlight is that is something which I noticed in Sitecore. Like when we actually change this to like 48 by 48, it still shows as 16 by 16, but in the database it is getting changed to like 48 by 48. So we are good there. And we also need to ensure that the target hostname and the language embedding properties are set up appropriately. So this target hostname is what like we are using whenever we are trying to like get the published CD link, and we need to like configure that in the configuration. Or here, if it's an SXE site, like we need to make sure to set that up in the site item.
Perfect.
And yeah, and the template we already discussed, and there is a minor mobile compatibility issues in the new look. Like that's a Teams issue. I hope they will be resolving that in like 6 months to like 1 year time frame. Like so they are already working on it. And the publishing service support is in pipeline, so it's not available for the publishing service right now. But the workflow will work only in case of like publishing. Like there is a change in the pipeline structure, so I need to work through that. And the performance score, like which we are seeing, like might have little variations. That's primarily because the server response time like will not be same every time, and also like the order of the assets which are getting rendered on the page will also not be same. So we would see like minor differences in the performance, like every time when we run. Like now it's showing 81, it might show like 78 when we run the same page again, but that's fine. But all other elements, the SEO, accessibility, and best practices will remain intact, like if it's not modified. And as a best practice, like it's recommended to like create multiple endpoints so that there won't be much of a noise. And we need to like make sure only intended workflows are published, content locations are set up for the content authors. So that's pretty much it. This module should be available. This Teams app should be available within a week's time. Like I'm closely working with the Microsoft Teams support team, and I'm hoping like within a week it will be available. Like I'll let you know once that is up. If you have any questions or anything, like you can reach out to me via Twitter or Slack. And here is the GitHub link. Like if you go to this, this is the GitHub page. Like I've already like published the PowerShell versions, like because Microsoft required that for review. So I added that here, and all of these, all of the PowerShell items are like serialized, and the C# items like can be the C# files can be found here. That's pretty much it from my side. Sure.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much. That's a great presentation, great module. Yeah, I think people love it. That's a great idea. I think that has big feature, and looking forward for the future features. I'm not sure if this is an in progress module. If people can contribute or anything, are you accepting contributions?
Sure. Yeah. This is the open source module, so anyone can contribute. Thank you.
Welcome.